Now to continue on with this from, I guess this is part 2, how to replace the oil line. And it's raining out here, as you can see. Sun, then rain, right? This, you know, I saw there was a line. I knew there was a line attached to this, but this line, good thing I'm doing this fuel line that was in this tank was extremely brittle. I was pulling it away, and I saw it was there, and it just snapped like nothing. So, good damn thing I'm doing this, because I'm going to replace that line now. But 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, and keep them in here. Attach the bag to this, and well, obviously here's your kill switch, right? And there's your well, there's your ignition module right there. So that's the gap. You got to check that gap sometimes. Like, you could have a problem. I'm just going to mention it on this video. You can have, that's yeah, I guess it goes in with this. I'm not sure 100%, but you know, I'm doing this from like car knowledge, you know. It must be with this. And there's a little gap there. I don't know what that gap should be. I'm sure it works right, because you know it works right. But that, you know, if you ever have a problem with your saw, sometimes with the spark, it could be the gap. And this gap could be screwed up too, or maybe something could be dirty in here, so dirty that it's not getting, it's not firing your module. But that's your module right there. And there's your goes in. Here's your kill switch. Huh. You got a little screw on right there. We're going to document all this garbage, which might make it a lot easier for some people. And I don't know if you got to take off. We're going to find out. You know, I'm wondering if you could slip off this oil tank without taking this off, the clutch. I mean, it ain't gonna be that big of a deal to take the clutch off. You just put some rope inside the spark plug hole, stop it up, and take it off. Backwards thread, so you turn it clockwise to take it off. I don't know if you got to take this off. You might be able to, when you unbolt this, it might come out. Now you got to take this screw off to get this off. Okay, so this handle's got to come off, because the handle is bolted through the oil tank right here. You see the rubber mount in the oil tank? That handle is up here, and this long screw goes through there. And you got the screw, this screw goes down here. So I just took the handle off, and you know, it mounts here, and it mounts right there, right? And it mounts up there. Put the screws back in the handle. Now I'm gonna have to take this module out because it's attached to the oil tank. Yeah, you pretty much got to take everything off this damn thing. Pretty much. So I'm going to find out what that gap is supposed to be too. Yeah, and you can see there's like a little bit of a slot in here. So this is like a, you know, I guess a crank position sensor with the igniter. I don't know what you call it. It's ignition module. So if you ever have to change this, there's your spark plug wire right there. Right? That's your spark plug wire. That goes to your spark plug wire right there. And then here's your kill switch. This wire right here. This is your kill switch. So there's a gap that goes between there. I'll look that up. I mean, you can look it up too. I mean, so put the 2 bolts back in there. So get, you know, hopefully if I don't have to take this clutch off, we'll see. Well, you don't have to take off the clutch. It just slips off, because I was thinking that there's no stud in here or nothing. But this all has to be like super clean. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the hell out of this saw really good in here. And because this has to have like RTV on there, like gray stuff or like differential covers, like I used on my differential cover, real clean. The hose goes here, and it's about, you can see here's the pieces. It's about that long. That's all it is, right? So it just goes from here down to there. Oh well. But you know what's cool about this? This is one of the, sometimes when you leave the saw sitting and it leaks, it's because of this thing. You know, it's not sealed up good, or the seal broke or some crap or whatever the hell it is. And so that'll be, and when if I get this real squeaky clean, it should be fine. So here's your bar studs. Looks like they're pressed in there. Here's your adjuster right here. It's all part of the oil tank. We're gonna clean that up real good. Kind of glad I'm doing this because I really didn't see too many videos out. Well, maybe not on this saw anyway. Out there. Here's your gasket for your oil pump. You know, you can reuse that. Just chemically clean it with some starting fluid. So and okay, that's the hole where the freaking thing goes through, the little rod for the oiler. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So, and sometimes if you wind up cracking this piece up here, this is another part you might need to change sometimes. But you can, like I said, if you ever crack this is a part, if you drop the saw on the top, you can crack this right here. You can use those aluminum weld rods with propane to fix that. You'd have to take this off, but you can make it stronger than the original. You can actually probably build it up in here, make it double strong so it wouldn't crack again once it's real chemical clean. So I'm kind of glad I'm doing this. The oil line does not rot out and break as easy as the fuel line because there's no ethanol. And I'm going to go over a subject on the various gas additives in the future for that, because gas additives aren't really a perfect solution for ethanol. It's just like you got to live with it. It helps. Usually this oil line doesn't screw up that easy, but you could see it's brittle, man. It's brittle as all hell, man. So let's clean this up. I'll just give you a good close-up of this part, what it looks like and stuff. Okay, I just cleaned off the saw. I'm probably just going to upload this right now because it's not going to be a big deal. This gap right here between this, like when it's bolted to the oil tank, between this and that is 10 thousandths. That's where it's supposed to be. This has to be very chemically clean, which it already is. I want to wipe it down with you know, a clean paper towel and some starting fluid. And also on this side, and we're going to use this I'm going to use gray RTV on here to seal this all up on both sides, and I should be able to slide it in, bolt it down. And I have like 50 feet of hose with new filters, so it's really just a matter of putting the hose on and bolting it back together, setting that, putting the RTV on there, and changing out this hose, which was ready to break. That hose was ready to break, man. It was corroded and old. So you could see, you know, I cleaned the saw up. I'm going to actually put some oil in here too, like make sure I didn't get any water inside. But you could see, you know, how it's put together here. I mean, it's simple, man. It's not like it's, you know, I was a little bit intimidated by something I never done before. But this is, you know, the clutch. It's reverse threads. So you got to lock the cylinder up with some rope, and you go clockwise to loosen this bolt up. So, you know, it's not even, it wouldn't be that damn hard to change the piston out on this thing. So you'd have to take the clutch out. It wouldn't be that hard. So since I have two saws that are identical, I guess this is, that's probably splits your halves for your crank right here. I wouldn't touch that. And not sure. The head is bolted down. Maybe that's where the head bolts down. I'm not sure. Maybe that's how the cylinder bolts down. I'm not sure. Now, it must, when you take this off, you take this plate off, there's probably some bolts that hold this cylinder down. I think these bolts down here are for the to split the halves. I think these 4 bolts are to split the halves. So when you take this off, then you can pull that off and get at the cylinder. So that's good, because I got 2 saws that are the same, and I figure, well, you know, if I got parts laying around or something, it's gonna be cool that I don't have to have 2 different sets of parts. And if I learn one of them, I'll learn the other one. Oh, I guess this is the pickup right here. Here's your pickup right here. That's the pickup. I was looking at that. It's all dirty. I couldn't tell. You know, now that I cleaned it. Here's the pickup right here. It's a magnet, I guess. That's your pickup. So you got to have 10 thousandths between that. And usually, that's a standard thing, because they actually use with the magnets. They have a feeler. They have bronze feeler gauges, if you really get nitpicky, to check the gap. Because the magnetic one will drag, you know, a steel one will drag on the magnet. That's why they have the bronze ones. So here's a nice close-up of everything. So here's your oil tank. Your studs are pressed in. Looks like you press them out. These look like probably something you could probably get at Lowe's or something, for all I know, these things. And you know, they sell these replacement oil tanks on eBay and stuff and places, because if you smack the front of the saw hard, you can crack it. But again, if you took this off and you used the Luma weld on it, you'd make a really solid repair. And here's your chain adjuster. You got your captured nut in there, and here's your adjuster right here. All right. I don't know, I'm just kind of nitpicking this, so if anybody needs to see this stuff, you can see what the hell it is. That's the nipple that goes to the oil line. The oil line, you can see, is roughly, I don't know how, what is this in inches? I don't know, that's a 1/4 inch drive wrench right there. That's a 1/4 inch drive wrench. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4.5, 5 inches. I think it's about 4.5, 4 3/4 inches. I think that's the length of the oil line. I just got to sit down in there. That's the hole to the crankcase right there. Goes into the crankcase. This hole feeds, you can see that's the nipple right here. That feeds that side. That feeds into the pump right there. And then it pumps out here and comes out someplace over here, someplace. So, I don't know. That's about all I'm going to upload on this. I figured I'm going to just give this a good video over everything, so if anybody wants to know what the hell's going on. Again, here's your kill switch with this wire. You know, you got this little, there's actually another rubber grommet that goes over this. I just dropped it someplace. And it's a foam. It's not a rubber, it's like a foam. Probably not very necessary. And I think there's a foam, I think a foam thing in here too. Oh, right here. I think right here. There's a foam thing that goes right here, which I have. So, anyway, that's a wrap. I figured I'm just going to upload this. So, you can see what the hell's going on, because I'm probably not going to put it together tonight. I'm probably just going to put some of the lines on it and probably get this on here and let that dry, and you know, overnight before you can start messing around with the rest of it. Yeah, so you know, I just stuck the oil line in there. So I'm going to bolt this cover on after I clean this up even more with the and you can see this stuff here. That's your magnetized, right? So that's where you're checking your gap, or you can check it right here, you know, 10 thousandths. So I got some, I'll show you what it is. I got some RTV gray, and that's the stuff, the gray stuff, ultimate gasket maker. This stuff will, oh hey, it's a cat, hi. His boots, and Missy's down here, so they're hungry. They're hungry. Hey, we're gonna get them fixed up. Hear them? Where you at? Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay. We got you covered, man. Yeah, we get these cats fed up here again. Hear that meow? That's a sweet meow. You're a little girl cat, aren't you? You sure are. Oh, here's Boots. I don't even know who hissed. It could have been her. Maybe it was him. I don't know. Anyway, let's get these cats fed up. Fed. Roar. Alright. This is a chainsaw repair video, kitty cat. These are the kind of interruptions I get. See this? Anyway. By the way, that was her hissing, man. You little knucklehead. She hissed at my other guy. He's scared. That means you're scared. Alright, we'll get you right now. You just fed this one 2 packs of food 2 hours ago. Alright. Well, there she is. She's eating her food. And he's up here eating his food. So anyway, you okay? You got your dry, well, you got your wet stuff too over here. You eating that? You eating both of them? Yeah. Anyway, this is what YouTube videos pay for. These guys right here. And her, the new edition, right? YouTube supporting the cats. That's what you're doing, YouTube. Believe it or not. And we got this guy and that guy down there, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wish you guys knew how to do more stuff than just go meowing stuff, but anyway. Can't fetch me some logs, or it'd be cool if you could climb up a tree with a little arbor saw or something and trim the branches up there, or set the rope or something. Boy, maybe we could train you. Yeah. Pooping the tree climber. Yeah.